Alrighty, loaded up again in Woitape, and we're heading over to Tapini, which is not very far away. In fact, it's 21 miles, so unfortunately it's over those hills behind us. So we'll sort of head basically through a valley and around a corner and then straight into it. It's sort of perched on a cliff. Alright, person and dog should move because you're looking like you're going to get run over. Anyway, as I said previously, coming into Woitape, it's a one-way strip. It's taking off down towards the southeast, slightly downhill. I don't have much load on, so FS economy. I've only got what I got, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passengers. One to get off in Tapini, and then the rest go back to Moresby. So, brakes on, power it up a bit, away we go. You can see you chew a fair bit of runway, because it's so high. And away we go. Now the best way to get out of this valley is just to head over to the right here and then spin around and head back the other way. Found it's good to get rid of the flaps pretty early in this thing. It doesn't widen your turn radius very much because you don't really gain that much speed, but it just means that you're not doing 90 knots with a stage of flaps hanging out. The good thing about these high altitude airports is it doesn't take long to get to altitude. So we're going to head over at 7,000, so we're nearly there at the moment. We're just going to fly down this valley around the corner. Miss that cloud. You can see some storms in the distance. And on our way to Tapini. I must admit, Tim and Ken, who have done the scenery for Tapini, have done an amazing job. It's just such awesome scenery. Now the straight line's over those hills there, but we'll go the valley route just because it's not very far, and we can have a look at how you'd get there with the cloud down low. So obviously you're not going to go through that cloud through the valley there, so if it was a really overcast monsoony tropical weather sort of day, you're probably not going to get through here, and there's another valley that comes up from the coast, so the way to go up is probably from the coast and come up the other valley into Tapini. But depending on how hooked I stay on FS economy, that will determine whether I see this place in the wet season. But I'm enjoying flying around. There's all these airports you can see on the ND here are ones that come with this package, except for Ermi. But there's one just up on the nose, so the valleys are littered with these small strips. Obviously this is the only way you can get around in PNG is by aeroplane. It's too slow, and in some cases the rest of the place is just completely inaccessible. So I'll have a look at this on the way past. What is it? KSP, I think it is, which I can't remember the name of it. And I'm sure, and I haven't landed there yet, so It's just FS Economy doesn't generate any flights there at the moment. I'm not sure exactly how the mechanics of it work, but I do know that yeah, there it is down there. So it's just another small grass strip similar to Woitape. Not as detailed though. Little turnaround area. So you can imagine flying down this valley in poor weather. You'd want to have a pretty good handle on what it looks like in good weather, I reckon. That wouldn't be very hard to get lost. So this is the high point of the valley here, and then we can drop down and we come basically around a corner and into the valley that Tapini's in. And I think that's hard disk accessing, yeah. Every now and then I'm going to get a slowdown like that because I'm recording this in 1080, so it doesn't use a heap of hard drive space. As far as this aircraft goes, this Carenado model, it's certainly a good looking model. It's cool. I mean, it's I've got the cargo pod on it because it does help the loading of the aircraft. I can carry a fair bit more stuff, which makes it more profitable. But you can take that off. Bit of rain for no reason. Alright, so we'll make our way down now. So at the end of this valley you can see there's the ridge with all the trees on it on the right hand side of the valley. So basically we swing around that and follow that all the way down to Tapini, which is on the left hand side of the next valley. And it's got basically a left turn. Fly down the valley, left turn onto a one-way strip, which is a lot more uphill than the last one we went onto, and it's got quite a tricky approach to it actually. It's a weird landing area and then roll out. So the idea is to configure early, so I'm coming off the power now. Bring the pitch up. All the lights on to come in here. Turn the strobes on when I left Woitape. So that's it, just around the corner here. You can just see it, just there it is, just appearing. Alright, so I want to get nice and stable as I come into this valley, and then be back on speed. And I've slowed down a bit. They've dropped a lot of frames while I'm recording, so hopefully it's not too hectic and hard to land, but I think if I keep it slow it should be alright. Starting to run the flaps out now. Righto, so that cliff on the left side of the valley there, that's basically the landing area, runs up that hill, so you come in over that cliff. So I'm back on my approach speed now, so it's where I want to be, and then I just want to ease it down the valley and try and keep it trimmed and not have to dive at the runway. Just you want to be on a slope, and conveniently on the right hand side of this hill here there's a little track you can follow down. It's just starting to appear now, so I'm flying pretty level, just a slight descent coming in. You can see the runway running up into that gully there, and here's the track here. So we basically fly down this, and then we start our turn on. You can see it's a pretty hectic little strip. Bit of a bounce. And I'm just in reverse, no brakes. Now the thing here is to let it roll a bit up this hill and then brake up into this turning area here, because if you go right up the end it gets a bit steep. And now I can start breathing again. See, it got sort of stuck on the hill there a bit, so basically you just spin it around and we're in. Again, set the brake and we'll ditch some passengers. And that's Tapini. So I'll just shut some stuff down. And get out, have a look. So this is the parking area. It's just a small level area here where you can get off the run out, which takes you straight up to a building, which is pretty ideal. And that's the strip down the hill. So I landed a little long, but I've sort of worked out that if you can land in this flat area you can see between the edge of the cliff there and where it starts to go uphill, if you can touch down in there, it's sort of ideal. If you land right at the end here, you can skip that whole thing and you can't get it into beta and slow down. But again, Tim and Ken have done an awesome job with the scenery here. It's unreal, it's wicked, and heaps of fun to fly in here, that's for sure. Alrighty, I'll catch you again later.